A lot of women are choosing celibacy, and it has nothing to do with religious reasons.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about something that's really interesting and relevant, and that is why women are choosing celibacy. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and being part of this community. If you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this, and if you're already subscribed, thank you for your continued support. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with others. Now, let's get started. We're going to watch some videos that I've stitched together for you. Then I'll be giving my review and sharing my thoughts on this topic on the other side. So let's dive in.
A lot of women are choosing celibacy, and it has nothing to do with religious reasons. A lot of you men are not even stumbling blocks. You don't like to plan dates. You don't like to buy flowers. You're not consistent with communication. You disappear out of our life and then you pop back up, and you're extremely hypersexual. You get bored very easily. You have so many sexual experiences. A lot of you are unstable. You're living off of women, living with your baby mama, living with a girl that you know you don't like because you're in survival mode, and you won't cut out your distractions so you can get the basic necessity as a grown man: your own car, your own crib, and your own career. You are too distracted. Y'all men literally just want to pull up, smoke weed, do drugs, have sex. That's why I say, women, leave the drugs alone, because a man can conquer you a lot more faster if he can get you high or inebriated. Raise the standard. Clean yourself up as a woman, and you will see how uninteresting a lot of these men are. The enemy is a thief of time. A man will deal with you forever if you allow it. You got to be the one to cut it off. You got to be the one who have the standards and the boundaries, because that's how you get rid of them.
When you choose celibacy, you are choosing self-discipline, you are choosing peace, you are choosing clarity, and yes, you end up getting closer and closer to God. You end up having a higher vibrational frequency that not only you notice, but other people around you notice it as well. Sexual energy exchange is a very, very real thing, and it can be very powerful. And it can also be extremely destructive to your health, to your mental health, but above all, to your spiritual health. Choosing to abstain, choosing celibacy would be the best decision that you could ever make for yourself. For me personally, I am 18 months on the celibacy train, and it has provided me with so much peace, so much happiness, so much energy, so much clarity, a lot more of a high vibrational frequency, a lot more knowledge, a lot more understanding, a lot more closer in my relationship with God, a lot more self-discipline, self-awareness, self-respect, self-worth. I have seen a huge improvement within myself, and I look around at other people that have also made this choice, choosing to remain celibate. And what that also means is not dating, no desire to date, basically focusing on yourself, on your journey, on your healing, and completely detaching from all soul ties from your past. You will start to see a transformation within yourself. Physically, your appearance, you'll start to glow. You will start looking brighter. You'll start feeling lighter. There is no dense energy weighing heavy on your shoulders. You are more focused on your goals. You are a lot more focused on your relationship with Christ. There is nothing clouding your judgment. There is nothing fogging up that clarity within you. In fact, when you remain celibate, you gain such a profound clarity within yourself. So I cannot promote celibacy enough. It is the best decision that you will ever make. Each to their own, but sexual energy exchange, it can cause so many problems. If you are not married, if you don't have a husband or a wife, and you are just casually exchanging your sexual energy with different partners or with that one partner, and you have no idea how many partners that particular partner has had, you are really putting yourself at risk. You'll end up with serious depression, a lot of anxiety, your emotions are all fogged up, your clarity is all fogged up, your judgment is all fogged up. You end up in a very, very dense, dark place within your spirituality as well. Lack of spiritual growth. You're putting your physical health in harm's way. There's a lot that can go wrong with that. You have to be very choosy and very careful who you give your sexual energy to. It's a gift and it should be treated as sacred. Celibacy is the way. I'm telling you guys.
Another one of the reasons why I like to encourage celibacy is because you'll just save yourself from so much heartbreak. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It seems like we're just living in a loveless ass generation where everyone's just trauma bonding, dating multiple people, just jumping from one relationship to the next without really doing the proper healing necessary to have a healthy relationship. And one of the main reasons I do think that is the cause of this is social media, really. Like, if you think about it, nowadays people don't really put the effort into actually dating people in the proper way, which should be, taking your time and getting to really know the person. I feel like over time, the easy access to have people on your radar, like social media, dating apps, all of that has conditioned everybody as a whole to just kind of date multiple people and, not really like build anything. Most relationships are built on attraction nowadays, and, that's not really some. Attraction is not enough to create a healthy relationship that's actually going to last and, give you what you want. And when you become celibate, you just find that after a while, you don't really need validation because you pretty much fasted from, constantly having someone validating you, texting you, calling you. And nowadays, like, most relationships are created on codependency. The relationships that are built on codependency tend not to survive because, they don't survive social media. They don't survive the longevity. They don't survive tests that are put in your path. You know what I mean? And every relationship, whether healthy or toxic, is going to go through its trial moments. And, that's really ultimately what gives away whether that's a relationship that will be worth it or not, is when it survives, the trials and tribulations that every relationship. And if you've never been on a celibacy journey, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that you are actually codependent and actually have a roster because you need constant validation from someone to make you feel valuable. And you're also not patient enough to be able to build the healthy connection that's actually going to take time, effort, reflection, inner work, communication. So therefore, you're just constantly in a cycle of attracting the same type of partners, which are people who are codependent, people who don't self-reflect, who don't do inner work, who potentially have traumas that you know nothing about, people who are in other relationships, people with secret families, people with just things that you have no business dealing with. And if you're celibate, you'll be patient enough to, stand the test of time and just scope people out without jumping into relationships that are potentially just going to prolong your healing process and just give you more trauma to deal with. So just do yourself a favor and just be celibate. Teach yourself, good dating habits. Get some therapy if you need it. Get close to God and just really ask Him to, put a person in your path who has done equal amount of work on themselves as you, so that you guys are able to build a connection on a stable foundation and able to survive tests that are put in your path. And you can break that pattern, that cycle of constantly attracting people who were just good for like 2-3 weeks, and then you're attracting another person just like that one. So just, if you want to actually have a healthy relationship in the future, you want a family, do some inner work, be celibate for a little while, and leave these hoes alone.
Now, for starters, I think it's really important that we have this conversation because celibacy is something that's often misunderstood or stigmatized. But I believe that it's a valid and empowering choice that can have numerous benefits for women. So let's dive in and explore why women are choosing celibacy. So, for starters, what is celibacy? Simply put, celibacy is the practice of abstaining from sexual activity. It's a voluntary choice and one that can be made for a variety of reasons. Some people choose celibacy for religious reasons, while others do it for personal or health reasons. Celibacy can be a short term or long term commitment, and it's something that requires a lot of discipline and self control. But the benefits of celibacy are numerous. It can help you focus on other areas of your life, like your career or your relationships with friends and family. It can also help you develop greater self awareness and self discipline. And for women in particular, celibacy can be a way to take control of it can be a way for women to take control of their own bodies and their own lives. Now, let's talk about celibacy from a Christian point of view. In Christianity, celibacy is seen as a way of devoting oneself fully to God. So it's a way of saying, I'm not going to focus on romantic relationships or sexual activity. Instead, I'm going to focus on my relationship with God. So in the Bible, there are several examples of people who chose celibacy as a way of devoting themselves to God. One example is the Apostle Paul, who wrote in First Corinthians chapter 7, verse 8, and it reads, and I quote, "Now to the unmarried and the widows, I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I do." So Paul is saying that celibacy can be a good thing, which allows people to focus on their relationship with God without the distractions, without any distractions, rather. Another example is Jesus himself, who was celibate throughout his life. So, Jesus' celibacy was a way of showing that he was fully devoted to his mission and to his Father in heaven. And in the same way, when we choose celibacy, rather, we're saying that we're fully devoted to God and to our mission in life. Now, I don't want to turn this into a church sermon, but I just thought it was important to highlight celibacy from a Christian point of view, considering women in the videos that I stitched together mentioned God and Christianity while they were explaining it, right? So, what are the benefits of celibacy for women? One benefit is that it allows women to take control of their own bodies and their own lives. So women that are in a romantic relationship often are expected to prioritize their partner's needs over their own. But when women choose celibacy, they're saying that their own needs and desires are important and that they are not going to compromise on them. Another benefit of celibacy is that it allows them to focus on their own personal growth and development. So, when women are in a romantic relationship, they are often distracted by their partner's needs and desires. But when women choose celibacy, they are able to focus on their own goals and aspirations and to pursue their passions without distraction. Finally, celibacy can be a powerful way for women to protect themselves from emotional and physical harm. So, when women are in a romantic relationship, they are often vulnerable to emotional manipulation and abuse. But when women choose celibacy, they are able to maintain their emotional and physical boundaries and to protect themselves from harm. Um, in addition to what I've said, slowly moving away from the Christian perspective to a more general and secular approach, one reason is that women are tired of the games and manipulation that often come with dating and relationships. They're tired of being ghosted. So being ghosted basically means someone is consistent with communication, then out of the blue they just disappear. So they're tired of being ghosted. They're tired of being strung along with false promises, and in addition they're tired of being treated like objects rather than human beings. And they're choosing celibacy as a way of taking back control and saying, I deserve better than this. So another reason why women are choosing celibacy is that they are recognizing the value of their own worth and dignity. So they're realizing that they don't need a romantic relationship to be complete or fulfilled. They're recognizing that they are already enough just as they are. And they're choosing celibacy as a way of honoring and respecting themselves. It comes with a lot of self respect. So, celibacy is also a way for women to avoid the emotional drama and stress that can come with romantic relationships. It's a way of them maintaining their emotional and mental well being and to focus on their own personal growth and development. And finally, celibacy is a way for women to connect with themselves on a deeper level. It's a way for them to get in touch with their own thoughts, feelings, and desires, and to develop a greater sense of self awareness and self acceptance. So, how can you maintain celibacy in a world that is often obsessed with sex and relationships? One tip is to surround yourself with supportive people who understand and respect your choices. Another tip is to focus on your own personal growth and development and to pursue your passions and interests and cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. Finally, be kind to yourself and don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Remember that celibacy is a journey and it's okay to take things one day at a time. On that note, I would really, from the depth of my heart, like to thank everyone for watching. I hope this video has been helpful and informative. And remember, celibacy is a valid and empowering choice that can have numerous benefits for women. So, what do you think? Do you agree that celibacy can be a powerful tool for women's empowerment? I would love to hear your comments and contributions in the comments below, and let's continue to have this conversation. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can as well share the video with someone that you think might find this helpful. And I would love to hear your suggestions on what topics I should do next. Because remember, I am doing all of this for you. So I would like to create content that tailors to your needs. I would like to create content that tailors to your curiosity. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And don't feel ashamed to be open or to talk about celibacy with the people that are around you, especially in this generation that is driven by relationships that are built on trauma bonds, on sexual desires, on the constant need to give others the permission to validate us. So, thanks once again for watching. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. From me, it is goodbye.